Welcome to Subramani. This is a kind of an odd video that I'm going to talk about risk in various forms. So to me, right now, not enough of the risk is visible. I'm convinced that there is risk, but it is not visible. So what are the risks that I can think of now? First of all, the biggest risk that I have always felt that the American investors and the American professors dominate the whole portfolio of writing, right? So everything that is written in India or written in the world is from people who have lived in America all their life, invested in America, and they have a huge megaphone which is much bigger than what Indian authors or other even European authors etc. have written. And America in the last 70, 80 years, 100 years maybe, has dominated the world. I'm not sure how many of you know this, but the United Nations wanted to help India build the Hirakud Dam or the UN agencies, and they had one condition that you have to buy cement from US. So if you got somebody who created all this market for you, and you had a more than fair market share in the whole world, obviously you would have done very well. So if you are dependent on American stories and American data, you will believe in certain things like you have to be invested in equity throughout and you will get very good returns. Over the long term, you will always get better returns in equity. Fantastic story. And you can pick up big chunks. I'm talking of 20, 30 years when bonds have outperformed equity, right? Has this happened? Yes, it has happened. Is this something to worry about? Yes, this is something to worry about. Is it going to happen now? I have no idea. But has it happened in the past? That's the only question that I can answer. And the thing is, it has happened. Now look at the other behavioral finance thing, overconfidence. You take something like LTCM, long-term capital management. The name was long-term capital management. I don't think it lasted even 5 years. I think it is about 4 years that it lasted. They got great theories. They never thought that there will be a default by sovereign, or there could be a delay or things like that. And that's it. They just went belly up. What happens is the risk is completely hidden from your eyes and you can't see it. The other risk is this overconfidence which comes from, oh, I'm a Nobel laureate, right? So I can't make mistakes. So you buy every story that is sold to you. So here it is. These are Russian bonds. Russia has got a good rating and therefore it can't go wrong. Here is the India story. Here is the Japan story, right? All these storytelling happens and you buy without realizing that you're buying the narrative and the story. You do not know how the numbers are going to pan out, and at some stage not cutting size, right? So if you have bought a good share at a very good price, maybe you bought only 2-3% of your portfolio, but it has grown to 40%. At that stage you may have to cut size also. That is for a fund manager to worry about. Whereas if you're an individual and this one single share goes to 20% of your portfolio or 25% of your portfolio, you don't cut saying, no, I think it's great, it's fantastic, it's now going to do well. There can't be a better aero company than Hindustan Aeronautics, right? You keep telling yourself, don't worry, there is nothing wrong. That is again bias. Now, if you take somebody like, I think Sylvia Bloom, she kept investing for 67 years and it worked for her. It does not mean it will work for somebody else, but it worked for her. Just persistently investing, continuously investing in equities, reinvesting the dividend. She was a very low-end person. Maybe she was a legal assistant or something. I'm giving you this name off the cuff. And I know she died at the age of 98 with a few $1 million. So the question is also, do you want to do that? Do you want to enjoy your money? Because when you're investing, you're not a story. You're living the story. You are the story. So how much risk to take? And it's very important as an investor to understand that you want appropriate returns. You're not a fund manager who is seeking the best returns, right? The fund manager has to take more risk. The fund manager has to do more risk analysis, etc., etc., etc. He has to look good throughout the journey. Every day he has to look good in the 3,650-day journey, if that is the journey that you are riding with him, right? You have a 10-year view. he has to have a daily view, because somebody is looking at his portfolio on a daily basis and commenting, why is your NAV low today, why have you bought this share, whereas Prashant Jain has bought something else, or Naren has bought something else. Because you as a fund manager, you're being compared continuously. Why is your view, why have you taken why have you light on banks, why are you light on IT, right? These questions, why are you not buying pharma? Some of these questions have to be answered by fund managers, especially those who are flexi cap, where where the investor knows that you can go anywhere, right? So having to answer all these questions, having all the bias that you have, or having all the numerical data with you, and not knowing which numerical data is so important, is macro important or is micro important, understanding all this and investing and remaining calm, that's a skill, right? Not everybody can have that skill. Some people have the skill, some people don't have the skill, and then some people will go to a stage, and I keep telling this to people, you have reached a stage when the need to take a risk is gone. Now you are taking risk just to play a game, right? You need 3 crores for investing, you have 23 crores. What risk are you talking about? There is nothing which can go wrong in your portfolio. Even if you take 3 crores, put it in a savings bank account, and you take 3 crores, put in a guild, your 6 crores is done. Anything beyond that, you do whatever you want, it won't really matter. It may be efficient, it may be inefficient, or even better, take 5 crores and buy an annuity. That's it, your life is done. It's one of the worst products to buy, but from this person's point of view, there is no risk of even your children coming and claiming that amount. You put 5 crores in an LIC or a HDFC annuity plan without return of premium, that money is gone out of your hand. It protects it, the money gets protected from you. You now cannot make mistake on that money. Yes, you will get a pathetic yield on that, you will pay tax, part of your principal coming back, you will pay tax. You take this at the age of 60, you die at the age of 61, 5 crores is gone, kaput, right? It's gone, that's it. But it protects you, right? It protects you, saying whatever happens to you, whatever accident you have or anything you have, you can't earn, does not matter. On the first of every month, you will get the the annuity amount, right? So with this background, now look at risk and say what risk is there in the market today, how you can handle it. That is the challenge, right? To be able to see today under Indian conditions how the market is going to behave, how I am going to behave. In fact, I think the biggest risk is in our inability to see how we will behave. Our own behavior is a much bigger risk than the behavior of the market. Market will do what it has to do. Do we do what we have to do when the markets change? Do we change our views when we get new data? Do we make the necessary changes in our armor, right? That is the question to ask. So fund sizes will grow. We never thought fund industry will become so big. Today SBI has crossed 8 lakh crores, and at the speed at which it is going, I'm sure by the time you watch this video, they may have even crossed 9 lakh crores, right? So that kind of growth is happening. Everything looks good, everything is hunky-dory, banks are doing well, banks have supposedly reduced all their NPAs. I have no clue how this happens. Pharma is doing well. So where you should invest is the question, not whether you should invest. Everybody is gung-ho. To me, the risk is when everybody is gung-ho, there is risk. It's like the tiger in the grass. I have gone near it, I can't see it, but it is there, right? So the question is how I react to the tiger in the grass. Do I think there is no tiger, or do I think there is tiger? Let me wait for it to come out. One day it will, so I have time. So I will sit there and wait for the risk to come out. Let me see the risk and then I will invest, right? Thank you.